All right, welcome to the next episode of the 8th grade STAAR packet. I'm going to talk about problem number 3. And we may end up spending a little bit of extra time on this one just because it's a little different, and I know none of y'all have really covered this section. Okay, so on problem number 3, we're talking about the number line, and we're talking about 2 pi and the square root of 9 over 3. Now, 2 pi is an irrational number, right? It is in the real number system, but it's an irrational number. So we can't really put it on the number line, but we do because then we can talk about where it falls and how it's in relationship to the other real numbers, okay? Now, the quick and easiest way to do this is to convert these to decimals. Okay, so this first one here, we have the square root of 9. Well, that's 3. The square root of 9 is 3. And then 3. So then 3 divided by 3 will give us 1. Now, 2 pi is going to fall in between. It's going to be higher than 6. It's higher than the value of 6. So I can, and it's going to be close to 6 because it's going to be like 6.2. Because that's going to be 2 times 3.14. So it's going to fall into that range. So it's going to be higher than 6. And so if I know that this is 1, and it says which value is not, keyword not, underline, highlight, do whatever you need to do. Okay, it falls on that number line. And one of the trickiest things that students have that they make mistakes of, is that, oh, they look for the answer, oh, it's in there, I'm good to go, I'm done. Okay, so make sure that it's a good idea, will help you true, false, true, false, true, false, okay? That way you know when you hit the one that's false, you can put that on your answer key. So, answer 1 is pi. Well, that's approximately 3.14. That is true. It falls in between 1 and 6. The square root of 9, that's a real number, and that's going to give us 3. That's true. That also falls between 1 and 6. So we can also write down, we can say 1, and we want our value, because we're talking about x, has to be greater than 1, and it has to be less than 6 point, I'm just going to put an approximation, 6.2. So it has to be somewhere in between there. Now, number C, or letter C, we have 3.14 divided by 9. Now that is actually gives us about 0.3 something. So that's false. Okay, so this might be our answer. Let's double check the last one. The very last one is going to be pi squared. Listen, all you're doing is taking that value for pi and squaring it. We can do 3.14, square 3.14. We can put in our calculator, pi squared. I'm going to put my calculator pi squared just because it's easy and I'm lazy. That gives us about 9.86. And I'm going to divide that by 9. That gives us approximately 1.09. So that one does fall in our number line. So that one is also true. So the only possible answer that is not located between these two numbers is C. Now, on the next test, it may ask you which one does. So, but this is the easiest way to solve this and the most quickest way to solve this, especially when you haven't spent a whole lot of time and a whole lesson plan on looking at irrational numbers and on the number line. All right, oops, let's see, let me look at the next question and see if I want to do the next question. Yeah, I'm going to do the next question real quick. Next question should be easy. So it says number 4, a water hose discharges water at a rate of 45 gallons per minute. What graph has a slope that best represents that rate? Well, that's a proportional. So again, I'm going to write proportional. And the reason that I know that this is a proportional relationship is because we have no plus constant. we have no constant being added to our multiplier. So this is essentially y is equal to kx. So that means that it's going to go through the origin. So that right there, we can discount h, because h does not start at the origin. Okay, not only doesn't start at the, and that also means that on here our k value, our k is equal to 45, or we can say m is equal to 45. Okay. So what that means is here on h, our slope on h is 0 because it's a horizontal line. So it definitely can't be h. And well, so now we have to look at our slope of the remaining 3 choices that were given. Problem F, if I look at my rise over my run, so that means that I'm going to go up. My m is going to be up 45, and my run is going to be right 1. So I want to make sure and look at my units. So this is up 15, and then 30, and then 45, okay. And then I'm going to go right 1, and so that means that this one here matches it right off the bat. So again, we got lucky. I'm going to just double check the other 2, and let's look. So here, my horizontal, my x value, my run. So remember, when you're talking about x, this is your run, and this is your rise. So again, this is your rise, and this is your run. Okay, and you're always going to go rise over run. Always go rise over run when you're talking about looking at the graph. So all of these, my run's going to be 1, and let's see, this one here, my rise is 15, and then my run is 1. So this one here, the slope is equal to 15. So that's not it. And this one here, let me also point out, I'm looking for 2 perfect points. So I have a perfect point there at the origin, and then I have another perfect point there. So I'm going to go 15, 30, 45, 60, and then I'm going to run 1. So this one has a slope of 60. So again, that one won't work. So the only possible answer choice is F. So that, again, is our answer. All right, and let me see. Problem number 5, I'll go into the next video.